The major 7-storey multi-building inferno near Central Station in Sydney CBD has been extinguished, according to firefighters who worked through the night. The area remains off limits due to the risk of further collapse from remaining brick walls. Kenny Heatley is at the scene for us this morning. Kenny, what is happening there now?
Danica, as you say, the fire is out, but fire and rescue are here and they want to make sure. So you can see they've got a drone set up. They've been flying that over the buildings that were that were on flames last night. And that's an infrared drone. So they're checking for heat signatures to see if there's any remaining smouldering areas. But they believe it's out. There's no smoke billowing from the buildings at the moment. You can still smell it though. There's quite a thick scent in the air, and you can see how many bricks are just fallen onto the street here, just tons and tons of them. And as you mentioned, there's the risk of the remaining 2 walls that are still standing. They could blow over in the wind at any time. And earlier I spoke with Troy. He's a building manager of the office building directly across the road from the main fire. It's a building that has sustained significant damage, and about 500 residents had to be evacuated very quickly.
So it was the intensity of the heat was unbelievable, like nothing that I've ever felt. We've lost some glass up there. It's the glass started cracking, but it looks like that the glass is actually broken out now. Lots of paint damage and all that sort of stuff, but and water damage and smoke damage inside as well.
Another worker who was evacuated yesterday afternoon was Olivia, on Sky News, describing just how scary the experience was.
We were all just in the office at our desks when someone yelled out, and naturally we all ran to the window, but it wasn't exactly what you were expecting. At that point, the fire wasn't too big. It was just starting to come out the windows, but within 15 minutes it was taking over the sky, and it was actually pretty scary. We could feel the heat coming through the glass of our windows.
Now, the area is very dangerous. That's why they've got a large exclusion zone in place. Any wind that comes through could knock these walls over. They're not held up by anything, and that could be tons and tons of bricks just falling onto the street. Also, glass is falling out onto the street from window panes still this morning. Here's Superintendent Adam Dewberry from Fire and Rescue New South Wales.
We've still got windows falling out of the building opposite where the fire, the radiant heat from this blaze has damaged that building, and windows are dropping out without notice, so it's still a very dangerous situation. Same with the walls. With a bit of wind, those walls, and they're still quite tall, double brick, lots of rubble, tons of bricks that could come down, so it's still a very unsafe area.
Danica, the size of this blaze is the biggest Sydney has seen in recent memory, and we're told by fire and rescue firefighters that we've been speaking to this morning that it is a miracle that it didn't spread further than what it actually did, and the damage was contained in the area that it was. But there is a significant exclusion zone. Many major roads are closed. The light rail is affected as well. Danica, we're heading into peak hour, so significant disruptions again this morning.
Yeah, just a huge situation last night. Kenny, appreciate the update. Thank you.